Well, thank you to the anonymous person that came in just to toss me a like. Hello, Sharon. Oh, oof, got a cracker in my throat. How are you doing? Yeah, I'm mostly okay. Yeah, I'm almost always up late. But you got something on your mind? Go ahead and vent. Nobody else here is here to hear. The worst thing is when you're really tired, but you just can't fall asleep. Okay, I have no idea what SCOBY playing with your Jack Russell means. And yeah, we're in the same time zone. I'm up in Pennsylvania. Well, I had a pretty shitty day to tell you the truth, but it's not worth talking about. But people getting sick on me and stuff like that. Yeah, it seemed like everybody but me got rain today. My sister in New York got rain. Ariel was in before, and they, they were getting heavy rain in Virginia. Really? It's definitely unusual for this side of the country. So I'm just curious, are you Sharon? And is Jackson your son, husband? I saw a picture in your avatar of a boy there sitting in the truck. I lived in San Diego for a nephew. Okay. Lived in San Diego for a few months many years ago and got an earthquake while I was there. And I was like, holy shit, was that an earthquake? And all the natives were like, oh, yeah, I guess so. We didn't really notice. I guess with them, unless stuff's falling off the shelf and that, it's not worth talking about. My nephew that just lives two doors down from me is 9 now, and he's a sports nut. Yeah, they're used to the real thing out there. That's what Toby, when he was like 5, they decided to see if he would like soccer, and he did. And then they said they were having basketball, and then they were having football, and they were having baseball, and he just loves them all. Yeah, I remember it. I think Toby's actually just going to be 9 in August. They're a lot of fun, though, aren't they? That's Toby and his dad are going to the Little League World Series. It is funny though, like with him, nobody pushed him into any of the sports. You know how a lot of fathers are like that. It's like we play football in this family or whatever. Just decided he likes them, and I hope he's going to keep liking just playing for fun. Because you know the way they play now, it's like they've got friends over on the other team and that, and they play to win, but then everybody's still buddies. And the thing I get a kick out of with Toby his mother, who is my niece. Toby's my great nephew or whatever. But his mother did anything she could to try to get out of gym class. She had no interest in gym class or sports or anything. So, of course, she's got a son that wants to drag her off to every possible kind of sporting event there is. Yeah, that's what they with Toby. I know last year I mentioned to his dad, I said, hey, I saw they started a, whatever they called it, like a junior track thing where it's like the high school kids were coaching for the little kids. And he said, yeah, we saw that and we mentioned it to Toby, but he said, oh, I don't like to run. That's all that kid does is run. Yeah. Yep. And one day we were having like a family meeting on FaceTime, and Toby was over there at his house. They share a duplex with my brother, who's Toby's grandfather. And I forget what it was. I think I had something here for him, or did we say, let's just see how fast you can run from here to Uncle Dan's? And we timed them. And everybody I've asked who knows the distance, when I said, how fast do you think he got here? Nobody guessed less than a minute. And he came from their house to my desk here in 30 seconds and then reversed the distance in 27 seconds. Be nice to have a little bit of that energy again, wouldn't it? Yeah, I think he'd be a good sprinter. I don't think he's going to be built for distance. I have another nephew, actually, with the same grandfather, who just had his first year of college this year, and he runs track in college, but he's a distance guy, tall and skinny. Great thing is when you see kids like that when they're little and the stuff they do, you think, oh yeah, look at him. He's going to be an engineer. He likes taking stuff apart. Or, yeah, he's going to be an athlete. He's going to be this. Then they grow up and do something totally different. Of course, the fun thing about them too is when the energy runs out, they also can just collapse in 2 seconds. It's like they'll be talking, all of a sudden they get quiet, and you look over and they're just sacked out. An engineer, cool. See, big with like Legos and stuff. I forget what Toby said he wanted to be last time I asked him. I did a interview on camera a few months ago, and I asked him, and I think it was like an athlete or a YouTuber or something like that. That's why you want to make sure you stay his favorite aunt. Hey, there's more important things than money. I don't know what they are, but that's what people keep telling me. So you live in South Georgia. I guess that means I'm not allowed to complain about the heat. I don't know how old I was. I guess maybe not till around 12 when I started doing stuff like mowing lawns and that to make money. Do you ever give them jobs to do like Jackson, I'll give you $1 if you go and do this for me, stuff like that? It's funny how my video looks dark. Oh, it's probably because of the background. Okay, yeah, that's what it was. Actually, it wasn't too bad here today. I think it only got up to about 80. That's the lowest it's been in a couple of weeks. Hey Siri, what's the temperature?
It's currently 67 degrees.
67 here. Chance of rain 10%. What's the high going to be on Thursday? No, what's the high temperature going to be on Thursday?
The high temperature will be 79 degrees.
Thank you, Siri. Go away now. Yeah, it's only going up to 79 here tomorrow. Ah, he's already gotten to that, huh? $1? Are you kidding me, Aunt Sharon? See, with Toby, I can still get away with quarters. So far, though, I think Toby seems like he's going to be one of those people that doesn't really care about money. Yeah, it's nice to have money, but you're not going to be happy if that's all you do is chase after the dollar. Not that I know anything about having money. I'm just trying to find a picture of them. There's one from 2023. Oh, he's the one with the tie. Yeah, that's a good attitude. Long you don't let people take advantage. Yeah, Toby seems like he makes friends easy. It's funny because he always seemed a little awkward with people. Hey, Donna, good to see you. I was asking about you today. Nobody answered, but I asked if anybody knew if you got home yet. But yeah, it seems like with other kids, Toby really, he seems to attract them. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't really do anything, but they just are drawn to him. Oh, cool. Donna's been in lockup. And will they be having PT come to your house or anything, or you be totally on your own after that? Uh, I laugh because my oldest nephew, his name is Matthew. Not even sure how old he is. My sister was like 15 years older than me. So, geez, I think her son must be like pushing 50. And guess what? He's been in jail a few times. Now, is the oxygen just going to be a temporary thing, or are you going to be stuck with that? Yeah, I keep saying nephew, but like Like I said, Toby's, great nephew, and I don't know why they ever skipped over grand for uncles and nephews and stuff. And the youngest one, I have a niece that's 5. Actually, I don't know. My sister out in California, I totally lost track of her grandkids. I think she does have great grandkids, so well, I'm just glad you're going to be getting home, Donna. Be a lot more comfortable being home in your chair, your bed, surrounded by your things, having to cook your own meals. Okay, so maybe it's not all good, but the food's probably better. And you'll be able to come here and visit us more often. See, this turned out to be a good day. I think it's obvious that Donna's been in rehab. She has a terrible cinnamon addiction. Yeah, definitely too long. You were in the hospital for quite a while and then rehab. Try not to do that anymore. Which is the same thing I said to my brother, but he doesn't listen. Yeah, that's nothing to mess with. Mm. I don't know why you're saying you're sorry. But, but yeah, the Matthew I talked about this. I said jail, but he was in actual prison for a while. It's like the only one in the family. Yeah, Don, it's a good thing they caught that when they did. So, Donna, we're talking nephews. Don't you have a nephew? We'll accept the niece if you're really desperate. I think my nephew, Matthew, the last I heard, had kind of straightened his life out somewhat. He's actually living in an apartment. It's one of those like apartment over the garage things at his ex-wife's house. And she is remarried. So that's Seemed a little weird to, but it seemed like he was holding down a steady job and all that. Again, I always like, hey, Sarge. I always like the way chat comes up sometimes. I know what actually was said, but it's like, I have a younger brother in prison. That's great. You, you mean Black Sheep, Donna? Okay, you guys, you just had to one up me. You definitely got more prison people than I do. You're allowed to grab the link, Sarge. Uh, this is true. You actually should be sleeping. By the way, after you left, when well, me and Ariel were talking backstage afterwards, working on another podcast thing. But tea and honey. Did you have anything like tea and honey? That's always great for the throat. 'Cause I didn't think of it till Ariel mentioned about. Oh, I thought of mentioning to Sarge about having like some hot tea with some whiskey in it. Then I remembered who I'm talking to. That's when I thought, oh, I always like tea and honey when I had a sore throat. Coats the throat real nice. The hot tea soothes. You know, I always like the little dash of the lemon also. I don't think either of you guys were here earlier or there earlier. But if you were, you'd know Sarge is talking like this. No. Ah, yep. You're a perfect little baby boy. I don't know if Sarge has any nephews, but he does have a grandson that hangs around. So I think we'll still let him stay. Yeah, that was a good episode. They were all good episodes. But yeah, like when he thought he was going to go in there and fix the internet, I'm laying down the law. Yeah, I totally missed when you made the lemon reference. Yes, for those of you who wonder, I am drinking coffee at going on midnight. Donna's getting paroled on Friday, Sarge, if you weren't here for that. uh, I drink it for the taste. But it's funny, I won't buy decaf. But caffeine doesn't really seem to affect me much. And I know I don't have the addiction yet because there's plenty of times I'll go days without a coffee and I don't get a headache or anything. Oh, never made it home. At first I thought you meant in the rehab. That's that one friend of mine that was on one of the committees I used to have. One time after a meeting, she's one of those people who's always in bed at 9 o'clock anyhow. And so she sort of was pushing it because the meeting got done at 8 o'clock and we said, let's go get a sandwich or something. Nobody had supper. And we sat and everybody had a coffee. And she forgot to ask if it was decaf. And she was buzzing because she wasn't used to caffeine at all. She was like a 5-year-old that just ate a bag of jelly beans. Not gonna happen. No, I didn't know he did that. I've heard you say it a few times. I always try to remember what that's from. Either you guys recognize that? It's not going to happen. Not, well, it just seems like, is that what it was? Okay, so I've seen it like in commercials and that because I never watched Scrubs. I was going to say I associate it with like a comedian, and that would be why. Comedy show. I was going to say, was it the black guy? God, it's always amazing how much I can know about a TV show that I don't watch. Uh, hey, Bruce, give me a thumbs up. Just checking.
Hey bro, what's up, man?
Not a lot. What are you up to?
Just gaming, Valorant and stuff like that. What are you doing right now?
Just talking.
Nothing. So like, what's this stream about? It's just talking about you, like what you're doing.
No, we're just here hanging out.
Oh, so like, what do you do in your free time?
This is my free time.
Oh, so like you molest kids?
Yeah, somehow I knew
You
you
molest
were
kids, you
some
fucking
kind of.
nigger, you little
I
nigger
knew you
molester,
were
you little
some
pedo
kind of an
molester. Are
idiot.
you little pedo molester?
How did I know he was going to be an idiot? So I'm not even going to bother with the other person that's sitting back there and doesn't have their camera on. Yep, they left on their own. Yeah, obviously just some jackass. They think they're cute. At least he was actually young. I mean, not real young, but the thing that gets me is all the 40-year-olds out there that act like that. I don't know if you've noticed, but I have a low tolerance for assholes lately. Well, let's say worse than usual. Oh, it's actually you. I, and I was thinking, why don't you bring yourself up?
The fuck was that? I think I'm on your StreamYard.
Yeah, I forgot. I forgot you couldn't bring yourself up. Way back, I took you off as my other admin to allow someone else to use the channel, and she never has
Yeah.
responded to the email about it.
Yeah. Was that Vegas Vips that we just saw?
The one on camera wasn't.
Oh, okay.
Somebody else was backstage with the name Jessica that never went on camera,
Oh,
and then they left on their own.
yeah. All right. I guess that guy was probably a little bit young for Vegas. So of course, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
When you're this old, everyone looks young. Muxter, do you have a problem with trolls? Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Tea and honey and lemon, huh? All right. I should do that.
Yeah, that's always helps to soothe the throat.
Yeah. My fear is I don't really know what it is, and when I was contagious and me taking it into a very sickly Holly's sister at the hospital, I hope I didn't give her anything to compound her issues. So far, she doesn't have any new symptoms. Maybe I got it from her. I don't know.
That's too bad I didn't use your channel. I could have showed you the thing Ariel designed today as a background for us to use just for the podcast. I think it's going to look kind of cool.
Okay. are you all not interested in totally banning Vips and Nema? I haven't heard Nema in a long time.
They are
Oh, go
they
ahead.
are they are both banned on Sarge's channel.
Oh,
I'm not sure if I ever got them on mine or not.
yeah,
Well, they're banned from the StreamYard. Well,
yeah.
yeah, I guess they would be on this. I don't know if it's on this StreamYard or not.
I have no problem with Nema when she's not stupid drunk. Of course,
Yeah.
every time I've talked to her, she's been stupid drunk. Except for one time, I trolled her channel, and I think I upset her because I was kind of dogging on her for previously being stupid drunk. She wasn't stupid drunk that night, but she was very emotional. I'm like, oh man, I feel like such a shit now. But yeah, when you're
I
stupid
think
drunk, I don't need you.
I think she was probably drunk when she was emotional too.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
Sharon, I blocked them too. A lot of people were ban them. A lot of people say, "Oh, you shouldn't do that." They're entertaining. You ruin our fun. We like to play with them, and I think, well, go play with them somewhere else.
uh, uh, ah, shit. What is
Actually, I could always. I wonder who is banned here besides that guy that was just now here.
uh,
Oh, these are all just like a bunch of fake names
yeah,
of, whenever you were down
yeah.
and we were using my channel, we got a bunch of porn bombers.
Yeah, that guy could have easily have been a porn bomber. I'm glad he just was a smart ass. Sarge sounds miserable. Yeah, you pegged it. Yeah.
That's why
Yeah.
his initials are MOM, miserable
MO.
old man.
Oh, mom. Okay.
My mother's actual initials were Mom
Oh,
because she didn't have a middle name, so then she used her maiden name, her middle name,
yeah,
which was an O.
yeah.
So yeah, it was cool. Her official name then was Mom.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Yeah, that's my thing. A lot of channels,
yeah.
they won't kick anybody or anything from chat because they want the views. I think it's pretty obvious I'm not striving for views here.
Yeah. I pray for you. Oh, thank you, Sharon and Jason. Is that when Sharon and Jason are on? Is that Sharon or Jason or Jackson?
Jackson is her 10-year-old nephew.
Oh, so that I'm going to judge. I guess that's Sharon then. Okay.
Yeah. In
Oh,
fact, I don't know. No, you can't really see him really well on there.
yeah. I'll take your word for it. Ah. Hmm. Um,
We were talking earlier about how her nephew and my nephew should get together. They're both sports ball guys.
wait a minute. Are you talking about Bailey or your real nephew?
No, my nephew next door, Toby.
Oh, okay. I remember when Bailey was getting in your dog food. I think it was.
I think that was a grandson.
Oh, grandson. Okay. Yeah.
I hope he's asleep, even though it's not a school night.
Um,
Which I just realized today when my niece posted a picture of Toby doing something. Oh,
yeah.
thing at the library, and I thought, oh, that's right. It is summertime.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm not used to the StreamYard. I don't see a view count. Oh, 3 watching. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it is funny when you're not in your own panel. and
Yeah.
you're trying to click things and stuff like that.
I was in Raging Tomatoes panel a couple days ago, and I kept trying to click on people's messages. I'm like, oh damn, it's not my panel. Oh, although someone thought it was. But I'm not going to mention that guy.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I saw he had her up on his panel.
mm,
Yeah.
mm.
Learn
He has
YouTube, you
background.
moron.
He used to be a regular on hers. He didn't recognize the background. That was her background.
Yeah.
You like our blue sky there? Blue
Mhm.
sky, nothing but blue sky. Yeah. Oh shit. New policy: handoff must go on even on days like this. There's nothing to hand off. But in excuse me, I'm trying not to sneeze on you. In 9 minutes, I have to be on handoff. Shit.
Mm.
Oh, sorry, guys. Probably gross.
Let's hope he doesn't have. You know what? For some reason, you're not annoying me.
I'm not.
Usually, I hate when people are sitting around coughing and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
As of probably 4 this afternoon, my home tests were saying it's not COVID.
This is good.
I don't know how accurate those home tests are, but I've had COVID twice before, and this doesn't feel like that. Of course, I'm vaccinated and boosted up until October. I guess I'm due for one. Please tell your lady friend that I think she has great taste in men. Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, she does like me, Donna.
She picked a handsome and very intelligent man. I'm a high school dropout, and she has a bachelor's degree, so I don't know about the intelligence part, but I appreciate
Well,
it.
intelligence and education aren't the same thing.
That is true. I've known some people with some pretty big degrees that are
Yeah.
yeah.
You know, one of the many pet peeves I have
Yeah.
is like school teachers
Yeah.
who only know their own subject.
Oh,
You know,
right.
you've gone to college for at least 4 years and all you learned was math. You
Yeah.
couldn't have taken a couple of history courses. You couldn't have learned, I before E got except after C. Why?
You'd think the math teachers would at least know who Pythagorean was.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've actually never tested them on history. I'm yeah, thank you, Don. I can't get my head out the door. You gave me a big head. Did you see my thing on the Synagogue of Satan today? Oh yeah, you
Yeah.
were. Yeah. Oh,
Yes, I even stuck with it to the end.
the whole 20 minutes. Wow.
I had never actually heard of that term before.
Oh, it's regularly used by he who I won't mention, and it was actually targeted for him. But I did it without mentioning his name. But he knows.
Yeah. He who shall not be named.
I remember my New Year's resolution for this year was never do another piece on Kaiser, and I did stuff on Kaiser for quite a while after that. You guys kept calling me out on it. Hopefully, I can do better this time. So it starts with not even mentioning his name.
It's just for what now on my viewpoint. For one thing, it's boring to me, and for another, he feeds off of it.
Yeah, that's true. He likes the negative attention.
Yep.
Oh wow, this is my only avatar in the StreamYard. Well, that's right, it's your StreamYard. Okay.
I thought the avatars just went with you.
Oh, they do in my StreamYard, but not in yours. I haven't built any avatars this year, so it's just my YouTube avatar. I could create some new ones, but I just don't feel like it right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess they would be. Okay.
Oh, GED, and then went to get a bachelor's in criminal justice. Ooh, somebody scammed the wrong person.
Are you so you checked and you don't have your avatars?
In here, no. If I click on the ellipse and edit audio avatar, I have just this one.
Because I look and I have all mine, including the hillbilly one that Ariel just did the other day.
Weirdness.
And I don't think I had come in here to use it. Oh, you know what? Okay. Probably because every time I've been over there, I
Oh,
was also streaming to my YouTube. So that probably tied it then to this account also. Yeah.
it's time for my handoff. I'll be back in a bit.
Okay. Oh, Donna, we're just about the same age. Dropped out of high school, but took and passed the GED and then went to get a BS in criminal justice. So I'm thinking you're like 2 years older than me, Donna. Well, that is assuming you started college at 18. Because if I'd have graduated college, it would have been 78. But I started college at 17, so I was always like a year younger than everybody else in my class. For a while, I was like surprised at how many old people were on YouTube. And then I remembered that's probably because we're the ones that are home and able to use it a lot, other than the people who aren't interested in working. When, when's your big 7-0, Donna? Yeah. See, Sharon, for some reason, I was thinking you were younger. Well, until Sarge comes back, you are the kid of the bunch right now. You have a couple of years on Sarge. Yeah, well, I'll be 68 in January. But his girl's a little older than him too. Yeah, what does Sarge know? Don't know nothing till you hit 60. Ariel and Killen are actually younger than us both. Okay, Donna. I'm glad you stopped in tonight. And I will be looking forward to Friday. Party at Donna's house. Oh, that's right. It's after 12. Today's officially Thursday, isn't it? So, yeah, you're practically on your way home. That is great. And when you get home, you aren't going to have to worry about anybody waking you up at 6 a.m.
All right, were you talking about me?
Not at all.
Not at all. You lie.
Except,
You think you don't love Elvis.
except Donna decided you're too young for her.
Oh, okay. Holly's 10 years older than me.
Yeah, I'm not sure what time zone Donna's in, actually.
She's somewhere in Texas, if I remember.
Oh, yep. Yeah, you're right. So I think that's just an hour.
Everything's bigger in Texas. Doesn't come out right with a cold or whatever it is I got. It's that John Wayne movie where somebody ought to deck you, but I won't. I won't. The hell.
Hell, I won't. Yep. I think that was either Chisholm or McClintock.
Ooh, I don't remember.
I think, isn't it the one where the guy, yeah, the guy was ready to start like a riot because he thought the Indian kid had run off with his daughter or something, and he was poking at John Wayne with the shotgun. Then John took the shotgun back and was poking him back.
Oh, you're right. He's like pushing him with his finger. That's right.
Yeah, and I think
It's a million years ago.
if I'm thinking of the right one, it's the one they got in the. It was the big brawl then, and people were sliding down that muddy hill.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was McClintock. Hey, Steve, you found us. Steve found us. I guess next time we're going to have to use Ariel's channel.
Okay. Oh, you're only publishing the yours? Yeah, you're only publishing the yours.
Yeah, I thought if I was going to have someone piss me off tonight, I would just offend people on my own channel.
Oh, okay. Oh. Oh. Steve, you got any cake? Honey, I'm here. Have you been sick of that cold? Let me see. My voice started sounding funny. I want to say over the weekend. Let's see, the 13th, the day the president was shot, the ex-president, the former president, unfortunately, probably the next president. I started noticing my voice was sounding funny. It's been progressively getting worse since then. What's today? It's just turned into the 18th, 17th. 3 days, I guess. So, 14, 15, 6, 4 days. Okay. We got to be coming down soon, right? I've heard the summer colds are hardest to get rid of, assuming it's a cold. Feels like bronchitis sometimes.
Are you wheezing at all?
Wheezing. Yeah.
That,
Moo-moos, smoking my parliaments. Donald Trump was lucky. Yeah, he. There's better ways to get your ears pierced. There's these stores in the mall. Excuse me.
or your 16-year-old girlfriend with a hot needle and an ice cube for some reason?
Yeah.
Definitely not a trick I ever fell for.
It's amazing some of the conspiracy theories out about that. I hate Donald Trump as much as anybody, but I think one of the wackiest conspiracy theories is that he hired that guy to. Yeah, I'm not going to have someone shooting at me with real bullets just so I can become more popular.
The only way that would make sense. There's no way you'd actually do that with the bullet.
Right.
You'd have to have something else, some kind of something like hooked to the dais or something that was going to fly up at you. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what I initially thought, that the bullet hit maybe the teleprompter or something, but
Yeah.
they showed a slow motion screen where the bullet's coming right at his ear. And I'm like, wow, that's some pretty good photography. Maybe that was fake. Yeah, that's it. That was fake. Yeah, that's it.
There's no way a guy like him is going to trust somebody.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a guy like him, and there's no way I would trust somebody to be that close with the bullet.
There was that time I had my son stand up against a tree with the apple on top of his head, and I shot the apple. Oh wait, that was a show somewhere. Oh, that wasn't me. Was that
Oh my God!
Yes.
I can't think of the guy's name.
The apple shooting off the kid's head.
Yeah, all I could think of is Newton. He was the guy that the apple fell on his head.
Yeah, wrong apple.
William Tell. Was it William Tell that did that? Well, at least according to myth.
Yeah, I don't know. It wasn't me. I was joking when I said it was me.
Yeah, I know.
What made me think of that? Oh, yeah, Trump. Yeah.
Yeah.
The other wacky conspiracy theory is that the deep state did it. I'm like, oh, deep state or CIA is going to off Trump. I'm not going to hire some kid who couldn't make the rifle team. I would imagine it'd be done by drone.
I saw a thing where the neighbor said that last year that kid had Trump signs all over his yard.
Oh, really?
So he must have said something that the kid decided, nope, I don't. Well, that's the thing. Whenever somebody, he's got a cult following. There's no other way to say it.
Yeah.
And it is so easy to go from worship to hate.
Yeah.
because when you are that deeply, I mean, look at it with, romantic things,
Yeah.
that love can just do a whole 180 because the feelings are so deep
Yeah, that's true.
that they have to go deep the other way. And it's like the same thing with something like that. And I'm just projecting like the kid was, but if he had Trump signs that all over his yard and that, if he was, a real believer and he thought that was his man and stuff and he did something to disappoint him.
Yeah, that could be. Yeah, maybe it's somebody else in the audience was the target.
Yeah, it doesn't seem as likely though. Seems like there'd be easier ways to get at somebody who didn't have all that Secret Service.
You're right. Yeah, that's true.
I saw a little clip of somebody making a big deal about, oh, they've got the FBI and the head of the Secret Service up on Capitol Hill to answer. Well, that does not indicate any conspiracy. There's always going to be, congressional hearings when something like this happens to find out just what went wrong.
Yeah, it's funny. If either side or both sides combined try to get the Secret Service to explain their tactics, they're not going to do it. Not even closed hearing. There was something. Oh yeah, the signs. I hadn't heard about the signs. I had heard that he'd registered Republican. I had heard that he originally. I heard that he donated $15 to some get out the vote campaign for the Democrats. But then I found out he was bullied in high school, and that was a trolling. His detractors in high school got together and made that donation in his name.
Did you see what Sharon said?
Sharon, hey Steve, you heard about the 2-year-old girl the dad left in her car? Oh man.
And if it was 109 and she was in the car,
Yeah.
it was a lot hotter in the car. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
People.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, it is funny. There's obviously two people here, but the thing just keeps saying one.
No. It was in Arizona. Yeah. Wow.
Putting groceries away and playing video games after leaving the toddler in the car for hours amid triple-digit temperatures last week at the family home in Marana, a town about 100 miles south of Phoenix. He was playing video games.
What a dick smack. Dick smack, I tell you.
Oh, he told the police his daughter was fast asleep in the car by the time he got home from running errands, telling the police he did not want to wake her up. He left the car running with air conditioning and wanted her to remain in the vehicle while she slept. Even if that's true,
that's still
what the hell is the matter with you? Yes, you don't leave a kid out there alone in a running vehicle. Oh my God. 2 years old, you don't leave the kid alone anywhere.
BC watchdog. I'm sorry.
Just the couple found the 2-year-old unresponsive and still strapped in her child restraint system.
Oh.
She was pronounced dead.
Oh man.
Oh, God.
So the air conditioning didn't help, did it?
Well, and the thing is, people do that with dogs. Yeah. If the car shuts off, now instead of an air conditioning, you got a heater. It is just sucking the hot air in from outside.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
That shit ain't right. No.
I don't even know. I'm sure people will be saying about put him in prison. I'm not sure that's even necessary because he's got to live with himself for the rest of his life.
Mm.
Of course, then again, he's already rationalizing it. So,
Yeah. You know the guy named BZ Watchdog?
no.
He drives around attempting to be an auditor. Kind of sucks at it, but one of his videos was watching the hate on him, and sure enough, he leaves his dog in the car in 95-degree weather or wherever he got. Yeah, Texas. Is he in Texas? I think he's in Texas. Yeah, and he's out there harassing the cops for about 30 minutes. Now, I don't know if the car was running with AC on or not, but when he went back to the car, he said, "That's a good boy." I'm like, son of a bitch, that dog was in there the whole time? What a fucking loser. Ugh.
Sharon, did they say that the car wasn't running? Because, yeah, you're right. If the car wasn't on, the air conditioning doesn't work.
All right.
Unless, I don't know, maybe an electric car would. But still,
It's tragic.
I didn't want to wake her up. She's 2 years old. You know what a 2-year-old is like. She
Yeah.
wakes up as you're pulling her out of the seat, and by the time you get her over your shoulder, she's asleep again.
Yeah.
And you take her in and you toss her on the couch, and she's still out cold.
Wait a minute, tosser? I don't know about tossing her.
But yeah, you know what it was. He was afraid she'd wake up when he brought her in, and he wouldn't be able to play his damn video game.
Yeah. Oh. I'll be right back.
His wife said the car, and it might be that he left the car running, but then, like I said, the car shuts down. You leave a car idling. A lot of cars aren't going to sit and idle for 2 hours. They'll just sit there and go, that's enough of this shit. And they'll turn themselves off. No, I think the wife came home from the little I saw. Sharon might have read more. I'm kind of thinking the wife came home and said, where's Caroline or something? The thing that gets me.
Can you, oh, go ahead. Can you imagine trying to explain to your wife why your 2-year-old is dead
I know.
after doing something like that?
I've heard those stories before where a guy will go to work and forget that the baby's in the back.
Yeah.
And you don't excuse it, but you sort of understand because, when you do something, you drive somewhere every day, you sort of just get in that same rhythm, you get there, you grab your briefcase, you get out of the car, you go. So you almost understand, except, make sure you're going to remember the kid's back there. But anyway, in this case, he says he purposely, it wasn't even, oh, I forgot. He just didn't want to wake her up.
Yeah. The games are more important.
Steve says he's seen women. Wasn't that you, Steve, that said about to see women doing that at the casino? They'll just leave their kids in the car and go in. One time, I came out of Do you remember Ames stores?
Yeah, it's been a while, but yeah, I do remember
Yeah.
this.
I came out of Ames and I went to my car. And as I'm walking to my car, I hear a baby crying.
Oh,
And in the space behind my car, there's a car and there's a baby in the car by itself crying. I look around, there's nobody around. And I called 911
Hmm.
because somebody left a kid unattended in a car.
Mm-hmm.
So I stayed there, obviously, and waited around. And as I'm standing there, this girl that I graduated high school, well, actually, I didn't graduate with her. She quit school a couple years before graduation. But anyway,
Yeah.
she comes out of the store and says, "Hey," and I said, "Hey, Jerry," and I said, "Is this your car?" And she goes, "Yeah, why?" I said, "Well, you're probably not going to want to leave then because I called the police."
Mm.
And when she said she left her daughter, it was like it was her one, I think it was her grandchild in there.
Uh-huh.
Um, and she left like her 14-year-old daughter there with the baby, and the 14-year-old decided to run over to the drugstore or something.
Oh my.
So I don't know whatever came of that, because when the police got there, and I said, "Well, if you don't need me, I'm taking off."
You know what's weird about situations like that? There are people in this world who will get mad at you for tattling on your fellow citizens.
Yeah.
Close as I came to forgetting a kid in the car when I left the car was forgetting the kid was in the car while I'm driving around. Had a van, had the first long-term relationship after my marriage. My kids were visiting, so we had her kids and my kids. We had 7 kids, and each kids had different things that we were shuttling with. It was a soccer mom situation. We took Adam and Josh to the mall, and then we took Ashley and Chris to I can't remember where, but we're moving around town and we're dropping people off. And now we have the 2 youngest in the way back, Amber and Nicole, way back. I forgot they were back there. And Jeannie and I were very good about not trashing out the other parents. Amber's hers. Amber had a father at the time. Nicole's mine. Nicole has a mother. Well, forgetting those 2 kids were in the way back, we started going off about our exes, their other parents. And I can't remember what I was doing, but I checked the rearview mirror and I see the 2 little girls in the way back. I'm like, oh shit, you know what we just did? And Jeannie looks at me and says, what? I said, we just trashed Al and Kathy right in front of them. And then I actually thought, wow, if I could do that, how easily could I accidentally leave a kid in the car? I would think at that age they'd say, hey, don't forget me.
Yeah.
I would hope. I don't know. Yeah, putting the car in gear, that's happened. I've seen that happen before.
Yes, a 2-year-old could very easily get out of their seat and crawl up there and mess around with the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think people freak out about, I was talking about, people complain you're tattling on your fellow citizens. If you think something's wrong, it's not tattling, it's not betraying your neighbors. To get the authorities involved and to investigate. I've never believed, Kfar was swatted in his words. He was swatted by CPS. I'm like, no, if you got nothing to hide and CPS comes knocking on your door, let them in and let them do their investigation. There's just, Now, if you have something to hide, you might have a problem.
Yeah, I'd still tell them to get lost.
Fair
But
enough. Well, you don't have any kids. I guess it came to that because when we lived in government housing, those fucking neighborhood wars, people start calling authorities on each other for stupid shit. They got to where one time the MPs came to my door to confiscate my dog for biting a neighbor. I didn't have a dog. I'm like, sure, come on in, take the dog. Where'd you hide it? I don't have a dog. I haven't had a dog in a long time.
the last council meeting here, the what does he call code enforcement officer
Hmm.
is supposedly writing up an ordinance. He was sending it then to the solicitor to inspect rental properties.
Inspect what?
Rental
Oh, rental.
properties.
I thought you said mental. I'm like, what the hell's a mental property?
And I said he better come with a fucking warrant to my place,
Mm-hmm.
first of all. And second of all, why single out rental properties?
Hmm.
Are you saying that people that own a house could not possibly have code violations?
That's a good point. Yeah.
So yeah. So I've got a couple of amendments that I'll be tossing at them if they come around here.
I was very disappointed. Shortly after I started doing the auditing thing, Pat upgraded my shed in the backyard so cutely. It looked like a little house. Well, apparently when I wasn't home, Fairfax County came looking to see if I was housing illegal immigrants. I was very disappointed because my daughter and son-in-law upstairs let them in. No warrant. Come on, see, it's just pretty much just Pat's workshop. And they were satisfied. But oh man, I wish I was here. I wish you called me because I would have refused. I would have videoed it. That would have been YouTube gold.
Yeah, and I'd love if they'd come back with a warrant and then not find anything.
Mhm.
Oh,
Pat and I, laughed about it. We never did it, but we decided we were going to get a "God bless this home" sign in Spanish and hang it above the door.
welcome, Garcia family.
Yeah. Mm.
Oh, Steve said something that Sharon agrees with. That's always a scary thing. If Steve says something people are agreeing with.
I totally agree with you. Did you know that cops can fly? I just saw one flying in a car. See how they run like pigs from a gun. See how they fly. Crime. Oh, wow, a woman agrees with me. I need cake now. Oh, is cake how you cope? You cope with cake?
So I made the mistake of repeating my bad lesbian joke today
Oh,
to one. My thing about how do lesbians know who's wrong when they have an argument?
mm-hmm.
Since they're both women, how could And this lady went into this whole thing about, well, there's always one of them that's like the man in the relationship. And even when I said, yeah, I'm not going there, she kept talking. I'm like, yeah, I am not interested in this line of conversation. And she still was like running her mouth till I just had to say, just shut up about it. I really don't need that kind of stupid talk.
Oh,
Because she was getting on the thing. Well, 'cause even with men, you notice there's always one that's little. And I'm like, yeah, and I know gay men where they're both like linebackers. So just take your little bigotry somewhere else.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The thing about something like that too is like, I think it's not just insulting to like the lesbians, but it's insulting to women because you're saying in any relationship you've got to have the dominant male character. You know what I mean?
You know why? You know, dominant. Why's it gotta be dominant?
Yeah.
Uh,
Anyway,
anyway. My 2001 Space Odyssey video with Scott. Shiz happens. Comments. What's the beef with Scotto? Oh, Scotto. Oh, not Scott. Scotto. What's the wrong? What's the wrong?
boy,
Scott. Shiz.
boy, he really was out whining, wasn't he?
Scotto or Scott Garcia?
Well, did she say about Scotto?
It's on the video of.
Oh, it's from the video. Okay, I thought
Yeah.
there was another comment about earlier today.
What? I'm confused. The video is the revealing of Scott Garcia's face, and the comment in the video is, "What's the beef with Scotto?" Is she calling Scott Garcia Scotto, or is she talking about your issue with Scott, the Scotto in our stream earlier? I don't know what she means.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, hey, nerdy. There's something important just came up here.
Okay.
Sharon's got unwanted pecan pies.
How can a pecan pie be unwanted?
I don't know. Sharon, I'll take any pecan pie you've got laying around anytime. So, nerdy, where the hell you been? I was looking for you earlier today. You didn't come into that one. I've been here now for, it says 17 hours, and you're just now getting here?
Oh no, it is on the stream. Okay, I saw Scott
Okay.
Garcia's face. It is on. Okay, I don't have a beef with him, so I'm gonna let you answer that. Okay, you know when you see the little bell light up and you see the comment, it's
Yeah.
oh, excuse me.
Oh, yeah, you just see part of it like.
Yeah, I see the picture of Scott Garcia, so I assumed it was my 2001 half face review. Was it just my interpretation, or did it look like that was not a mask? It was little girl's underwear.
Yeah, could be. By the way, I didn't like that movie.
2001?
Yeah.
You have to read the book to really understand it. And I watched the movie before I read the book, and I'm like, what the fuck? And then I read the book, and I'm like, oh, now I get it. And then I really got into it. I watched the sequel, 2010.
I saw it when I think I was in about 8th grade.
Yeah.
And I went to see it with my parents. And you know, my father, well, he's another one of you,
Yeah.
a high school dropout, but as opposed to you, he was a very intelligent guy.
Oh, fuck you. Okay.
And I remember we walked out of that movie and we both looked at each other and went, what was that? I mean, I sort of got, part of it and stuff, but it was just, well, see, I always run hot and cold on Kubrick anyhow.
Well, Sharon bakes pecan pies for free for anyone who wants pecan pies. I have to ask, are you driving distance from Alexandria, Virginia?
She's in southern Georgia, which makes her closer to you, so you can run down and pick them up and then bring one or two up to me.
Southern Georgia. Wow. Last time I drove to Liberty County, Georgia, it was 12 or 14 hours each way.
Well, here we can make it easier.
Yeah.
You could send her the money to ship them overnight to you,
Oh,
and then you could just run some up to me.
okay. Oh, yeah. You're what, about 4 or 5 hours from me?
Yeah, there you go. I might even let you have a cup of coffee before you go home.
Oh, okay. I
But
bring.
don't come here when you're sounding like that. It's not worth the pie.
Oh my! You don't. You wouldn't let me cough on you and sneeze on you? Huh. That hurts my feelings. Mandatory
How,
screening due July 26th. So I still got time. I'll put it off another couple days.
how are you doing tonight, Nerdy?
Nerdy.
By the way, Nerdy, Donna was here earlier and she's going home on Friday finally.
Uh, yeah. They're letting her go home because they need the hospital bed for me.
Yep.
I've heard that men are big babies and when they get sick, and I do feel like a big baby. I don't know if you heard that beep a little while ago. That was me taking my temperature. It's only 99. Was
Yeah.
that 0.4 higher than normal? I feel like crud.
Yeah, it's not enough that they would even worry about it because, people run different. Like I usually run like more like 97.
Huh? Cold hearted.
Yep.
Oh. What time is it? 12:37. Okay. Oh.
Huh.
Hmm?
Nerdy just recommended a cold shower.
My girlfriend tells me that all the time.
Well, that's what people were telling you earlier too.
Yeah. Why cold? Cold, hot showers feel better.
They have a cold showers for the fever.
Well, it's a low
That's,
grade fever. It's like Holly says it's not worth fighting. In fact, you should let it run its course. If it stays under 101, your result, yeah, it's only 99. That's hell. Last time it was at 100, I took Tylenol. She says, don't do that. I'm like, why not? It makes me feel better. The fever will burn off whatever's bugging you. Pecan. Have you? Oh, we're gonna go with the cold shower again. No, I have not tried a cold shower. Are you saying I should go take a cold shower? Okay. She's not repeating herself. She's got a connection issue. Like, why are you nagging at me? Once was enough. Uh, out on the eastern shore, Holly used to have a property. She sold it. Her handyman out there, he brought a bag of pecans. He says, I got these from my pecan tree. Your what? My pecan tree. Have some pecans. What the hell are you talking about? That was the way he pronounced pecan, was pecan.
because they're peeking through the trees.
I guess so. I don't know. Hurry up. Oh, she's telling me to take a cold shower. Hurry up. Actually, when I think I leave this computer next, I'm gonna lay down and wait for my next incident. And hopefully my coworker did. He sounded sober tonight, so he should be able to handle it. I kind of hate Wednesdays because the overlap of a guy who doesn't like to carry his weight. And so when something comes in, I'm expecting him to do his part. He never does his part, and I get all grudgmental. My grandparents lived in a filbert orchard before they were super expensive and called hazelnuts.
When I saw Filbert, I was thinking I know what what the other name for them is, but I couldn't think of it. Okay,
Is hazelnut another name for pecan?
for Filberts.
Oh, filberts. Oh, okay. I love Brazil nuts, but they usually come mixed with other nuts. So I get like one or two as I'm chomping down on nuts. One of Holly and mine trips, she knew a store that sold nothing but nuts, and I'm like, oh, let me get a bag of Brazil nuts, and I munched them all the way to our Airbnb. I got sick as hell, and she Googled it. You're not supposed to eat more than 3 or 4 in a day because they have some kind of toxin.
Uh,
I didn't know that. That's why you only get one or two in a bag of mixed nuts.
I always like you get mixed nuts, and a lot of times they'll say
Oh,
something like um,
oh,
no more than 40% peanuts or something. Well,
oh,
you can bet if you measure it out, there's going to be 40% there on the nose. They're not going to give you less than.
oh.
Last time I was sick, I had 103 fever. I took a cold shower. I got out and my temp was 98.
Yeah. I couldn't highlight that. I realized, oh, this is not my StreamYard. Uh, 98. Yeah, that's quite a dramatic drop. Wow. I'm not gonna sweat it. No pun intended. At 99, that's only point 0.4 higher than normal. Oh, I hate that term for them. Entos. Yeah, the Brazil nuts. They have
Yeah.
a derogatory nickname for them. Cold water's not good for a man. Yeah, Steve knows. Right. Well, I'm going to be rude. Um, I'm going to log off, and I'm going to get horizontal and wait for my next incident. I'm going to continue whining like a little baby. You just won't have to hear me whining like a little baby.
Oh, there you
All right. Steve, Nerdy, Sharon. Am I missing anybody? Everyone?
go. No, because Donna left while you were away before.
Okay. Well, you all have a good night. I guess even you, Muckster.
Yeah, probably.
I'll let you answer Shiz on our last stream. That's between you and Scotto. All right. Have a good night, everyone.
We'll see you.
Bye.
Geez, I don't like when I go full screen. I think that's probably about it for me, too. I just thought I'd come and check in tonight, see if anybody was around. It was kind of nice just having a small, like, intimate gathering, though. Actually, it was just me and Sharon for a while there. Then Donna came in. Oh, and I was waiting for you to let yourself up again.
Yeah. How about that? When I started closing down my browser, I realized my browser was logged on as my real name.
Oh,
And now that I saw that switch over, I'm curious. Yeah, all my avatars are back. Okay, that's what it was. Oh, I wasn't. That's weird. All right. Here's my favorite avatar. I haven't used this one in a while. Okay. All right. Avatar. Let me put back my normal. Drinking my cup now. Now I'm going to bed. This time I mean it.
luckily you didn't chat under your real name.
Come to think of it, didn't I chat? I did
You
chat.
did, but it came up as Old Sarge.
Yeah. This is weird.
Anyway,
Okay.
everybody was telling you to get well soon. That when you left before, so
I will comply. I will get well soon. I don't know what soon is, but y'all have a good night.
yeah. Jeez, it's so hard to get some people to leave. Yeah, guys, I'm going to take off. I want to thank you for stopping in and keeping me company for a while. Probably see you at the regular place tomorrow. Yes. Oh, that's true. I'll see chat when I shut this down anyhow. I was giving people a chance to say anything. Yeah. What is tomorrow? Thursday? Yeah, I hate Thursday. People will be bothering me at home on Thursdays. Yep. Hope you do fall asleep this time, Sharon. Steve, have a good day. I think yours is just half started over there. And Nerdy, as always, thank you.